Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Ephyon Cast Random Dota 2 pub games. Alright, once again, Justin has not waited for me, so I hope he loses. But on the other hand, it seems like their pick so far seems pretty decent. We have Shadowfiend, Sand King, and a Nick Assassin on the Radiant side. And on the Dire side, a Tinker, Jakiro, Lashrak, and Juggernaut. Lashrak got a
Disruptor.
He got a few changes in this patch. Not really sure whether it's for better or for worse. We're gonna have to see with this game. And there's gonna be a Disruptor picked up on the Radiant side. It seems a bit squishy on the Radiant side. And the last pick is gonna be Weaver. Alright, so we got the two carries, but not anyone to really tank. Sand King is more like a, well, it's an initiator, I guess, so they're gonna have to be very aggressive with pushing to be able to make full use of this. But Tinker and Jakiro is gonna be a bit of a problem on pushing high ground thanks to March and Dual Breath. Even Lashra is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be Tiny on the Dire side. Oh my. I don't know. Honestly, the Dire side looks pretty more solid, so I think that the Dire have the advantage this game. But on the other hand, any team that I vouch for tends to lose, and I want them to lose just so, because I'm petty that way. But still, they're my friends, and I do want them to win, so I'll put my pick on the Dire side. We're gonna see how this will work out. Bugs versus Rock. It's time for Dota. Yeah, that was really lame. That was a pretty lame opening. I'm sorry guys, I cannot brain. Just came back from work. Alrighty, so let's get into the game. Ooh, wow. Okay.
Everyone know who's top?
I prefer this carrier. A lot cuter. Already, Radiant has the advantage. So it's gonna be Sand King. And Disruptor and Weaver on the bottom. It's gonna be a tri-lane. Ooh, whoever's gonna be on that lane is gonna be one hell of trouble. So it's gonna be Tiny. Yep, it's gonna be Tiny soloing in the off lane. Yeah, it's gonna have a lot of trouble. Like Weaver alone could probably do quite a bit of damage. Although he does not have any regeneration whatsoever, so that might be a bit difficult for him to sustain on lane. Maybe he's gonna go straight for a Magic Wand or something like that. Shadowfiend. Alright, so Shadowfiend in the mid lane, gonna be up against Tinker as expected.
30 seconds
Who
to
only
battle.
has a Fairy Fire, no wards. Seems a bit YOLO. Juggernaut and Jakiro and Lashrak in the safe lane for the Dire. Up against Sneaks. Which is gonna be very difficult. I don't know. He has very solid regen though. Almost 8 HP regen per second. Oh, surprise motherfucker, you better run. Oh, I get hit. Does have the impale up, but nothing much he can do about it. He can sort of just tank it, and it's gonna be a bit late for them to try to go for it. So 3 bounty runes go towards the Dire side, unfortunately. A bit of a disadvantage for the Radiant already. My oh my. Excuse me, right back. Sorry guys, I just wanted to get a drink. And I'm not sure how Nyx is gonna go through this lane. Although, he does have 8 HP regen. Like, that's a ridiculous amount of regeneration. But so much damage coming out, and he doesn't have any, does not have that carry space up yet. Already down to half HP. Oh my goodness. Does have that tango though. But he can't afford to wait for a bit because look at the regeneration. That is ridiculous. Like, seriously. That is insane. But even as much regeneration with that available, it's not gonna help much if he can't make full use of it. Unfortunately, he can't really get any EXP still. Yeah, TP mid and oh my. So Jakiro's gonna go there and give 2 tangos to Tinker, so that does leave top a bit freer, but unfortunately Nyx has resigned to just farming neutral. This is gonna be very slow. Like, even if he just uses Impale non-stop, it's gonna take a long time before he gets any EXP out of it. Look at that. He's just, even with 8 HP regen, that's ridiculous. It's gonna take him forever. And Tiny, this looks adorable with that tree. He's gonna just choke, get some last hits out of it. Oh boy. And no glimpse, unfortunately. Still level 1, halfway to level 2. So it's gonna be able to go out for now. But again, Tiny does at least have level 2. He is tanky enough that he manages to get like some creeps off of that. Fortunately, Nyx won't even be able to get that, although he's slowly, painfully turning his way towards that level 2. He better get that bounty rune before Jakiro go up for it, but no. He's gonna be able to get it. And but might be another problem entirely. Jakiro's gonna come down. He's gonna be able to see Nyx. Oh, he doesn't go back, does he? He finds it and sees Nyx, but Nyx, unfortunately, with the ward there, very carefully placed ward, does catch them. So he realizes that they're both there, and he's just resigned himself to just waiting there. Poor Nyx, this poor bug. This is a game of bugs, seriously. 3 bugs against like, I don't know, this is a bug war. It's like Starship Troopers, basically. In the mid lane, it's gonna be Shadow Fiend and Tinker. Let's take a look at the last hits. Shadow Fiend, as expected, has that ridiculous amount of damage to help him last hit easily. Look at that. That is almost 80 damage. Actually, it is 80 damage. And Tiny gets a kill off of the poor bug. Just slaps him down. Poor Justin. Disruptor just doing his best to try to deny as many creeps as possible so that Tiny will be at low level. But that kill does help put him up to slightly higher levels. Now level 3, Weaver doing his best to try to deal as much damage as possible. Does not have any help though, but Tiny doesn't really have that much mana to be able to do anything about it. It's not enough mana to actually do his entire combo. And no swarm available, unfortunately, so we'll not be able to get vision of Tiny. Meanwhile, Juggernaut on top of the chart with 20 last hits, 15 denies. Oh my. Nyx is not having a very good lane here, and he's just doing his best to try to farm, trying so hard to get that level 2. For Nyx. I mean that quite literally, actually. He's not the poorest, actually. The poorest is actually Sanking and Leshrac. Just barely. And oh, Leshrac coming in. This is a lot of damage. He's trying so hard to at least get the bounty rune. But a lot of damage coming in. Impale gonna be dropped down. It's going to miss, however, unfortunately. And no glimpse available too. Just needs one more level. Ah, so close. Just so close to be able to get that. Oh, finally has that level. But just slightly off the mark. We'll be able to get that kill if he had glimpse, most likely. Leshrac is very soft, and the ward does see him. Shadow Fiend just have to like run the heck away. And Sanking is reduced to just farming neutrals as well. So far, it seems like the advantage is kinda in favor of the Dire in terms of like laning. Juggernaut having a very solid 2.5k, along with like 1 million last hits, 30 last hits almost, thanks to the efforts of his supports. Weaver doing decently well. Gonna be very difficult for anyone to kill him, frankly. Even if they do have dust, they just don't have the lockdown to be able to finish him off. And oh my goodness, this doesn't actually take that much damage as well. Does actually hit invisible units. And it does hit invisible units, but without any proper lockdown, like Tiny is the only stun they have right now. Well, you have Leshrac, of course, but good luck landing that. You practically need like Ice Pop and Avalanche together to be able to land Leshrac's crazy ass stun. It takes forever for it to land, seriously. At least it feels like forever. In the meantime, oh, finally does land that one freaking stun. And oh, Disruptor. Oh, that one creep just tanking all the Diabolic Edict damage. Oh, just unfortunate for Leshrac. And it runs faster too, 370 versus 330. Those boots doing a lot of work. Just very unfortunate, Leshrac. So unfortunate, Leshrac. Trying to get that wall. Oh, that Impale was a bit early. And I'm not sure. It's only level 2, this poor Nyx. And doesn't even get... Oh, that's a bounty rune actually. Oh, Disruptor might want to be careful. But actually, it is Leshrac who needs to be careful. Might just actually die one more hit from the Nyx. And the bug takes down the... whatever Leshrac is. The Tormented Soul, I guess. That was his old name in Dota 1. I'm not sure what they actually call him now. What do they call him? Leshrac, the Mighty Forehead. Mighty Horn. Anyway, so looking at this, Shadow Fiend seem to be doing decently okay, although it is losing in terms of last hits to the Juggernaut, who is like pretty well farmed. Already has that Ring of Hell working towards that Battle Fury. Fortification used up already. This top tower is at half HP, and Juggernaut very much in the lead. There's so much farm. What's his net worth? 3.3k. Weaver is actually pretty close, so there's still some hope for the Radiant side, but Weaver's damage output isn't nearly as high as the Juggernaut with his natural crits and high damage skills. Weaver is just a bit, well, it's a bit annoying little bug. That's like the best I can say about him, I guess. Did he change any changes? No, doesn't seem like it. And it's very difficult to lock down as well. You practically need like all 3 stuns to land on the Weaver. I think I've said that before. And even then, if you don't kill him in time, he's just going to use time lapse and finish it off and toss him back. The time lapse is going to be used up. Still taking quite a bit of damage though. Oh, Weaver might want to be careful. Just bugger off. Does have that, that Blightstone. Gonna deal even more damage to Tiny, which has like, well, I was gonna say 0 armor as a joke, but he literally has 0 armor starting off. Does have +2 though. Oh, that's because of the tower. And now he will have literally 0 armor. Very unfortunate for the Tiny. Shadow Fiend taking quite a bit of damage. No regeneration except for that mana pot, but you know, mana is not the thing that is keeping you alive at this point. And we're gonna see Nyx finally level 3. Oh my. Poor Nyx. Oh my goodness, so many Radiant heroes are just level 3 compared to the 2 supports on the dire side. That's like level 3. Look at that, the difference, discrepancy. 7, 7, 7, 7, and then 5. And Tiny is, at least Tiny can actually farm the neutral. He has the skills to actually flash farm neutrals, unlike Nyx, who only has that 1 impale, which doesn't do much damage. It's like at most it does 260 damage. It's not really enough. Tiny's entire combo can easily do 600 damage. Well, granted he's not high enough level to actually do that, but then he also has tree grab, which has cleave, so it makes it even faster for him to farm. So he really does not have an issue with just farming up at the very least. So I just pick up that tree, and I think it's free. So like splash damage, granted that it's a bit low, but oh, as I was talking, Shadow Fiend does go down to the Tinker working halfway to that Boots of Travel. Looks like Radiant heroes there have been a bit of a kerfuffle here. Gonna need to work very hard to stop that Shadow Fiend, the Juggernaut from farming up that Demon Edge. 2.2k, about 1.5k away from there. And once he gets that, his flash farming will be effing epic. Some help coming in the form of Disruptor, but he's only level 3. Wow, Tinker is 3 times his level. Like his combo could probably just finish off the Disruptor. 740 HP, so that's pure damage. 320 damage, and that is about 700. Almost can kill off with a few last hits actually. Gotta be very, very careful. Although doesn't have the mana to spam it right now at this point, because well, doesn't have full bottle, but still something to watch out for. Although Nyx is one of the few heroes that can probably stop the Tinker, but they don't need vision. That is the problem. They don't have a Zeus or a Global or like Spectre who can actually go out and find the Tinker for them. So that's gonna be a bit of a trouble. Yeah, although Glimpse could theoretically bring him back if they do see him. They have Kinetic Field as well, that's another way, but not really that reliable. So Tinker is gonna be a bit of a problem for the Radiant side. They don't really have an answer for him, something that they need to watch out for. Maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe the whole team can just buy Blade Mail and just walk into the Macho Machines. That's another way you could do it. Juggernaut still farming, 1k away from the Battle Fury. Weaver working towards that Lincoln Sphere, and it's actually doing pretty decently well, level 9 as well. Unfortunately, for the rest of the Radiant team, they have been reduced to farming neutrals. That's really not the case that you want to be. Very close, almost gets killed by those neutrals. My oh my. Gonna come in for Sand King, working desperately to get those levels, level 4. 3 of the Radiant heroes are still level 4. That is something you do not want to see. But Sand King can decently farm. Not as fast as Tiny though, but still, he can at least farm neutrals on his own with a level 2 Sandstorm. So it's not so bad. He can still do it. It's a bit slow, but he can still do it. Tinker has finally gotten his Boots of Travel on his way going there, and this is where trouble is going to start. They're gonna have to worry about Tinker, who can allow TP all over the world. Laser's gonna come in, and he ate the mango, not sure for what. Still not enough mana, honestly. Well, just gonna eat that and then TP back to base, and this is where it's gonna start. Huge stack here for the Shadow Fiend. That's like 3 stacks. It's gonna be a 4th one. But this thing, this motherfucker here, really annoying. 10 HP regen per second, and there's like 2 of them. Ugh, hate fighting those things. If you don't kill them fast, they just regenerate in like no time whatsoever. Regeneration, rune, no one's gonna pick it up. It's working towards that Lincoln Sphere still. Not really sure if that's... Well, I guess it can't be Omni Slash or hit by laser. Kind of useful. He really cannot afford to get hit by laser. His damage output is extremely reliant on his like right-clicking damage. So, well, it was good to get Monkey King bar, but the new Monkey King bar, it doesn't guarantee hits anymore. It's just that's a chance to proc so that it never miss. And oh, the damage is coming out maybe, but oh my goodness, I think he should have just continued on to take him down. That was a bit of a mistake. That time he spent just using time lapse, he could have just chased up to him and probably finished off the Tiny actually. Granted, Jakiro is now here, but I think a bit too... not that he knew that. He probably could still finish off Tiny at that point, honestly. But unfortunately, that's not the case, and it's going to be a missed opportunity for a kill. Juggernaut finally has that Battle Fury. Oh my goodness. This is going to be effing epic farming. I wonder what he's going to go for next. Manta would seem like a BKB actually would be a pretty good choice in this game. So many ways to stop his damage, and Weaver actually goes down thanks to the damage of so many heroes. Dash Rat almost goes down, doesn't even get that unfortunately. So the death of Weaver is a bit unfortunate. That was a lot of money going towards the Tiny as well, who desperately needs it. Going for Shadow Blade, and then top lane meanwhile this tower's gonna go down. Juggernaut just slowly farming his way to Rich. Yes. Shadow Fiend working towards a use. Not sure how useful that would be actually. There's so many stuns coming out, and that is going to be a big problem for the Radiant side, along with like many other things. You've got martial machines to worry about when you're pushing top lane. You have laser for all your right clicking damage, because SF and Weaver are just so reliant on just right clicking, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. The one thing they can rely on though is probably the AoE magic damage that's coming out from Sand King and the Disruptor. You can catch them all enough. The Epicenter and Static Storm, am I calling it right? Static Storm, yep, it's gonna be freaking epic. And Vendetta, finally, he's level 6. No ward available. And breaks that smoke. Very nicely done. No. And they do find the Jakiro. Jakiro is probably gonna go down maybe. Just barely. Though Kinetic Field is gonna keep them away for now. So that's not too bad. But there's a lot of heroes. They want to look for Tiny. They see him. They got vision of him, and that feedback, that mana break is doing quite a bit of work on Tiny too. He's got very limited mana already. He does have the Omni Slash is not going to hit, and that was a bit wasted. And oh no, Weaver, this may not be the best place to be. But it does have the sun's going to miss. Tinker almost TP's down to his doom. Lucky he didn't. That probably would have been his death. Weaver trying to harass. That's what I mean though. The Weaver just can't really do much. No impale available. Thunderstrike gonna deal a little bit of damage, not that much. Weaver going to do some damage onto the water drop down. 2 invisible heroes though, that's one thing they got worried about. 1 gem could really screw them over. Weaver, next, everyone's just running away. Might not want to stay, guys. This is probably a bad place to be. Look at all the wards being dropped. My goodness. Everyone have like sentries? No, not everyone. No more sentries though. So they still, Radiant still can actually go in for it if they want to. Fortification is available. Not sure why they're not using it yet. Finally gonna be used. Gonna hit the Nyx, but Disruptor is going to go down. That gets whacked by the tree. Here comes Mother Nature's fury, and Weaver gets tossed up. This might be the end of him. He actually does go down. So much damage is actually coming out. This is not good. Weaver dead. That is a lot of money going towards the Dire team. And Impale gonna drop down. Almost walks into the Ice Path, and the Epicenter is gonna be used up. But is it gonna be enough? It is enough. They actually take down Lash Strike, but the damage is coming out. The Microfire. The bug has been burned out, and the Thunderstrike gonna do the damage. SF trying to go in. Glimpse comes back. Impale. A very good Impale finishes off the Tiny. Tinker thinking about it, was like, nope. Not today. No revenge today. And 2 wards. The hell? Why though? They're like half a minute apart. Like they really want to protect the Tinker, I guess. But okay. Well, seems like a bit of a waste of a ward. But still, Weaver. Where's his Lincoln Sphere? Oh, he was going for a Lincoln Sphere. Seems like he's going for a mana break instead. Not much they can do about this. Oh, Weaver might want to be careful. Gonna go in. Still at half HP though. And Last Strike is here as well. Oh, he's gonna run away. Smart move. Doesn't really have the HP to tank everything. Look at that. He's got less than 1k HP and he's level 11. Granted, he didn't buy any like strength items whatsoever. Like the closest guy is like from Ring Aquila, who gives him like 3 strength. Which is, by the way, another lot. So Tiny working towards that Shadow Blade. Not sure how useful that would be though. Well, I guess it would be good enough for him to like walk up to Weaver and just surprise him with a little avalanche up his bum. And if Tinker does manage to get a Hex, he can potentially permanently hex the Weaver as well, but he's gonna need very fast hands to actually be able to do that. And Radiant heroes, the Radiant team, they really need to go in and finish off the Last Strike just like that. Nicely done, Sand King with that Blink Dagger. Quick kill on the poor Last Strike. Nope. Gonna need to take every kill they can get, and towers as well. They're desperate need of like objectives right now. Although you could argue that at this point it's a bit tough for them to go push for objectives now. But actually no, that's even more reason they need to push for objectives because of Tinker. Tinker around is very difficult for them to push high ground anyway. Oh, they do find the Tinker. They want to go for it. He could go for Burrow Strike, and Burrow Strike going in. Epicenter gonna be used up as well, and the Sandstorm and Static Storm's gonna be used up as well. The Tinker, Sand King is gonna go down, but the Tinker is gonna die first, and oh no, Disruptor might be next. The Avalanche comes down. That's 2 heroes for the Tinker. Not really sure if that was worth it or not. Weaver doesn't have time left. Does Nyx, that might be a bit of a bad idea. Last Strike does go down thanks to the Weaver, but Weaver is very close to being killed off. But Shadow Fiend is here, gonna do that damage. Yule Scepter gonna be used up, and the damage gonna come in. The dominating spree for the Shadow Fiend. And Tiny, the Swamp gonna be used up. Doesn't hit. Unfortunately, doesn't hit the Tiny. He's just desperately waiting, praying for someone to help him out. Gonna use the Shadow Amulet to just hide. Oh, if only they had. And Avalanche gonna be used up. Toss comes out, and oh no, Tiny that's completely out of mana. So Shadow Amulet gonna be used up. It's just gonna hide there. Oh man, hilarious. Tinker. Level 14 actually, and trying to kill off the Nyx. Just may be able to finish it off, and it actually does finish off, but he might be next to go down. Requirement Soul gonna be used up. Not a lot of damage, but Weaver is here. It helps to finish off that poor Tinker. Fire versus technology. Technology loses. Bugs are actually doing pretty decently well in this game actually. So Sand King has that double damage, so he can sting a little harder. Not sure. He's going to go for Yules as well. So Jakiro walking towards that arcane boots. This tower is probably going to go down if they don't do anything about it. It's going to need one more hit. Oh, we're going to wait for another hit actually. The denies are coming in. That's right. The tower's gonna go down. So finally, Radiant got their first tower in the mid lane. And holy crap, look at this humongous stack of Ancient. Shadow Fiend is gonna have a fist. It's like a buffet for him. It's like what just right there. And that's a dagger on the Nyx as well. They are redonkulously fat. And smoke gonna be used up actually. Nyx does find the Last Strike, and actually reveals himself. Gonna come in. The Impale's going to miss unfortunately, and there's a lot of damage coming out. And the Yule's gonna come out. Shadow Fiend. Nyx is gonna die first, and Shadow Fiend just gonna pop his drums and just run the heck away. The dagger is gonna help him. He's gonna blink this straight out. And the Dire Hero's desperately looking for the Shadow Fiend, but he has already run away. So far, still, the game is actually kind of in favor of the Radiant, I feel. Even though they got more towers, but hold that dog, Weaver is gonna go down. No time left available, so really needs that Lincoln Sphere. I'm not sure why he changed that build halfway to get the Diffusal Blade. I mean, he is already dealing a pretty decent amount of damage. Feels like if he had the Lincoln Sphere instead of the Diffusal Blade, he probably would have survived those last 2-3 deaths. Especially the toss. That toss leaves him in the air for like so long that he's an easy target for everyone else to bang on. So not really, not sure. I'm not really in agreement with that change. Meanwhile, Juggernaut has that Manta Style working towards that dagger so that he can blink in and perform his Cloud Strife impression on unsuspecting heroes. Although once it gets that Lincoln Sphere, it may not be that possible. So Disruptor will probably die very quickly. Shadow Fiend won't die because he's got Yules. Neither will Sand King, who's at Sandstorm, unless he has a Dust. So that's gonna be pretty tough for Omni Slash to actually be able to do anything about this. Weaver finally working back up towards that Lincoln Sphere. There, that's that dagger. And the blink in, they do see the Shadow Fiend. And, gonna get stunned for a while, but Tinker, oh, just barely misses the Tinker. Almost, my friend, almost. Would have been a pretty good kill too if they can get the Tinker. And all things considered, the money difference isn't really that big. Even the XP difference is not too big, considering like it's 23 minutes into the game. Juggernaut though, not really doing that much so far. Just has a freaking loss of last hits, like 252. My goodness, but it's not really contributing much too. But that dog Shadow Fiend gets the kill off of the Tiny, and they do find they know that Tinker's around, but unfortunately there's nothing much they can do about it. You can try to go for a stun, but that blink though, they really need some vision for the Tinker. This is what I mean. They don't really have like a Spectre or anything of that sort. Maybe Stun's gonna come out, and oh, this might be it. And the Swarm is gonna be there. Just managed to finish off the Diffusal Blade. And oh no, the Omni Shot is gonna come out, and your Shadow Fiend is actually gonna come down instead. Oh, that is not the way that you want to go for it. But the Juggernaut might be the next to go down. It's completely out of mana. It can still TP out, but oh, the stun's gonna come in. 2 stuns coming out. Epicenter gonna be used up as well. A bit of an overkill, but it does secure the kill instead. And oh, they can't see the Lash Strike, unfortunately. No glimpse available to actually bring him back to get another kill so squarely. Now the game is in favor of the Radiant. Much changes compared to the early game. Look at that, 2k chain, 3 kills for 1. It's unfortunate that the Shadow Fiend died, but getting a kill onto Juggernaut and Tinker was probably worth it, sort of. You can flash farm back, that's the thing. Thanks to the new changes to like Shadow Rays. That bonus per stack 80, this is ridiculous, much damage. It's like extra 320 damage, it's like an extra nuke on top of each other, you know? Tiny also hasn't really accomplished too much in this game. No, it's just been flash farming. Still, the Radiant team, they still don't really have much of an answer for the Tinker if they do want to push for high ground. The best they can do is just send Nyx up to stun, and if they know where Tinker is, then they can do something about it. Until then, it's gonna be extremely troublesome for Tinker to be, for them to actually handle the Tinker. And thanks to that spell steal, 10% spell steal is ridiculous. It's 6% spell amplification. He can just recover so much of his life. It's sustainable. And finally, they're gonna take down this stack, which has been around for way too long, honestly. The Swarm gonna be used up, slowly gonna be able to take it down. I thought they were gonna give this stack to Shadow Fiend, actually, but seems like they decide like, let's just get this stack so that our supports can actually get the level. So Disruptor especially really needs to reach that level 12 for his Static Storm. Look at that. I mean, they nerfed it a bit because of that no longer lingering thing, but it's still so much damage. Extra lower 10-second cooldown, and the match damage goes up by 50. And unfortunately, the Shadow Fiend is going to go down. Nyx manages to blink away just in time. Shadow Fiend, oh my goodness, the Omni Slash is not going to be enough for the use, unfortunately. So there's going to be 2 down. Nyx and Shadow Fiend. Slowly, this fight is going back in favor. Oh, my goodness, look at that. 1.2k going back towards the... Who was the Dire team? Lincoln Sphere finally completed on the Nyx. Sorry. The Weaver, oh my god, so many bugs in this game. I'm getting confused. They're all starting to look alike. And the BKB, yes, most definitely you need that BKB. Once Weaver has BKB on, 9 more Omni Slash can actually go in. So that is a very good item for the Weaver right now. But effectiveness is gonna go down with every usage. But they're gonna have to take every advantage they can get. Look at this pushing power from the Dire team. It is ridiculous. Because you have Lashrak, who can just take down towers ridiculously fast with Diabolic Edict. Then you have Tiny, who I think pretty sure this still deals, this deals extra 120% more damage against towers. And then on the other side you have Tinker, which stop pushes ridiculously well, along with Jakiro with his Macropyre. Doesn't even need to get Aghanis Scepter to make it use. So just need to use Macropyre and then switch between that and Dual Breath. 10-second cooldown. It's just crazy how much utility Jakiro and Tinker have in this game. So we're gonna have to see how the Radiant will deal with this. Like I said, maybe they should just all consider buying 5 Blade Nails. And Weaver gonna try to go in onto the Juggernaut, but the spin is gonna prevent any more damage, and he's gonna be able to just walk away. Wonder what he's going for though. After this, he could go for Skadi to just slow people down, or well, maybe Aghanis Scepter. That would be crazy. I always like seeing Aghanis Scepter for Juggernaut. I just like to see more slashes. And Lashrak has that use Scepter though, so he's gonna be at least be able to survive quite a bit of damage that's coming out. Although the stuns that come out from the Radiant team is extremely scary. You have like 3 stuns, and then if you're not careful, you get stuck in the kinetic field. Static Storm will just own you so bad. And Weaver gonna get that kill off of the Lashrak, the poor tormented soul. And there's nothing much that the Dire team can do about it. That is the one hero they can't really do much about, Weaver. They have to like dedicate so many spells to just finish him off. And Weaver and the Omni Slash might be used up. Stun gonna come out. Omni Slash is gonna be used as well. Oh no, the stun comes out and it finishes off the poor Disruptor. The Basher doing its work. And the Blink gonna come in. The stun's gonna come out with Epicenter. But Blade Fury is not available. All the Bash is gonna come out. And unfortunately, Juggernaut is still alive. Tinker is now here. This might be the end of the fight. Maybe the Blink is gonna come out. No use available to absorb the TP. And this was in favor of the Dire, I guess. Just barely though. Just barely. Like they lost 3 heroes each, but the cores from both sides are more or less still alive, I guess. So that's still kind of okay. I guess it's a draw, I would say.
To the impurities.
Yeah, it's pretty much a draw. And that's an Aghanis Scepter on the Tinker too. Ooh, laser bouncing off 4 heroes, and it hits Weaver and SF. That is gonna be very low damage for the Radiant team. But I'm not sure how this works with Lincoln's. What if it bounces to him? Does it block it, or does it like not block because it is sourced from like someone else? We'll have to see when it actually procs in the game. We'll find out. Working towards the Hex, that will be extremely painful for the Weaver. Laser and Hex immediately will probably kill off the Tinker. Sand King working towards an Aeon Disc, and not able to do anything about it. Unfortunately, the Weaver is just going to unfortunately just watch as the Tinker TPs away in front of him. This is where Nyx probably needs to be there to actually like. He's one of the few heroes that can like guarantee to stop Tinker's TP thanks to his spike Space, but well, it only happened once, and then you need to like manually impale him to stop him from TPing again, but still, it's the thought that counts. And might be able to find another kill onto the poor Tinker, and BKB used up. I'm not sure if that was... that seems entirely unnecessary to use the BKB at that point. Seems a bit of a waste, but oh well. So, Tinker gonna be dead for like 60 seconds. Does have buyback though. And last strike. Oh no, does have that yields as well, so he's probably going to go down. There's no way he can survive this. Like, he is just so poor. Let's look at his net worth. His net worth is 7k, although it's not as bad as Jakiro though. Jakiro is just barely an Omni Slash. Gonna be used up onto the Weaver. The bash is gonna come in, but it's not enough to actually stop the Weaver. He's gonna be able to run away. This is so difficult to kill this Weaver when you don't have the whole team here. Slowly but surely, the Dire team, they're losing ground, but at the same time, there's nothing much that the Radiant team can go in and push high ground. You got Jakiro, you got Tinker. It's not an easy task. Maybe they could consider the split pushing. That's probably one of the best. Shalfin does a lot of damage. You got Weaver, who cannot be stopped. Nothing much the Weaver can do to stop the Juggernaut from TPing away, unfortunately. No mini stun available. Does MKB have a mini stun though? I wonder. The top tower is gonna go down. Sand King goes in for it. Unfortunately, this is a mistake. The toss is gonna come out and he's just gonna go straight down. Yikes. Monkey King, there's mini damage. Nope, it doesn't have that mini stun anymore, which is a bit unfortunate. Next, gonna have the Space has actually stopped the push. Looks like he's going to survive for the time being. Just gonna run away as fast as he can. And another spike Space, maybe. Yep. And gonna use Vendetta to run away, and that dust is very, very far. He is not gonna be able to find the Nyx this time. And he probably shouldn't go in, but oh, but that courier is just so tasty. On the follow-up, they're coming in, and unfortunately the courier is gonna survive this time, and the stun's gonna come in just to annoy the Jakiro a little bit. That's all. Top tower, tiny, gonna actually doesn't actually kill off the creep. I thought he actually can deal friendly damage, and unfortunately Tinker is just gonna be able to TP away. No one was around to actually stop the TP, which is a bit unfortunate. They even prepared the high ground ward for that, and if Nyx was there, the guaranteed stop, the stun would have killed off the Tinker, but not today. So Tinker is gonna continue to farm to slowly work his way towards that hex. About halfway done. Gonna be a pretty scary Tinker once he gets that. Tiny as an Echo Saber working towards the Silver Edge. Not sure what he's. I suppose they can use it on Shadow Fiend to block his presence of Dark Lord, I guess. Yeah. And Tiny slowly pushing his way. Juggernaut has that Abyssal Blade working towards that Butterfly. Ooh, that's gonna be really painful. Potentially can just perma-stun the Weaver to death. No recovery for you, my friend, my little buggy friend. So the Radiant team, they're all bundled up together, smoked up. Vendetta on the Nyx. Yeah, they know that the entire team is missing. They're just waiting, not daring to go out, going too far. And
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And oh, might be another kill coming in. They do. So Lashrak trying to get the heck out. Thanks to that 4-star, does manage to get out. And Weaver just gonna stay there and wait for after. And Shalfin gets that kill onto the Tiny. It just goes down into pieces. Gets rocked like a hurricane. Get it? He's got a Yule Scepter. And he's made out of rocks. And I'm a pun master. I am also. Tinker gonna stop that push dead in his tracks thanks to like the double march of the machines. Even though it feels like the Dire is like should have the advantage, but they aren't really making much progress as well. Tinker is just not really pushing the lanes hard enough as well. Just seems content on just farming and waiting for that hex. Not sure if they can afford to wait that long. at some point they're gonna need to push and they need to like take them out. And oh, Juggernaut, the Hex, sometimes the Hex, sorry, the Purge is gonna come in. That's that the Maelstrom actually do some damage. Oh, Weaver might want to be careful, but they will get that kill onto the Tinker. He can't really do much. No laser can come on, not even gonna bother. He's just gonna go down. Juggernaut uses Omni Slash, but it's on Weaver of all heroes. Dash is gonna go down as well. The buyback is coming in from the Tinker. And look at all those rockets. It's like a military movie, and the sun's gonna come in. And oh my goodness, Impale drop down. They find the Tinker. They might be able to get another kill. All the way, Impale's gonna be dropped down as well. Tinker, it might be a dieback. Jakiro's gonna go down as well. Maybe the healing wall keeping him alive, but not for long. Tiny kills off the Disruptor, but it still feels like they could still go down anytime. The Shanking goes in. Epicenter is just 8 seconds away. Juggernaut is completely out of mana. There's nothing much I can do about it. The healing wall finally taken down, but Juggernaut is just so tanky, it's so hard to actually kill him. And the Epicenter is gonna come in as well, but Juggernaut is just so tanky. Burrow Strike is gonna come in, Requirement Soul is gonna be used up, Tiny goes out, it's a team wipe. They can buy back, still available in the Juggernaut and the Tiny, but they're holding on to it, they're holding on to the buybacks and probably kind of save it until they reach that tower. Fortification still available, but Juggernaut decides like, no, not gonna wait that long, I'm gonna buy back and I'm gonna show you who is the king. And the Juggernaut just gonna jump straight in and spin that angry ballerina of death, but might want to be careful. You do not want to die like this again. Juggernaut gets stunned up and the BKB is gonna be used up, and the Use Scepter is gonna be used up as well. Nyx jumps in, gets the Vendetta. Get hell out of here. Dust gonna be used up and slowly. Just the Icy Pop actually barely going to miss. Aeon Disc is propped up. And Weaver might want to be careful, almost dies. Radiant team, everyone very low on HP, but unfortunately, doesn't really mean much though. The only thing they got out is they managed to bring the tower down to half HP, and they managed to force a buyback out of Juggernaut. But nothing much they can do about this. They're just gonna have to wait. Yes, I still think Justin is going to lose. Because fuck him. Not really. I love you, Justin. You know I do. Still, looking at this. Lashrak. Looking towards a Rod of Atos. Atos. Not sure how to pronounce that. There's never been any official pronunciation guide for most of the items here. Like, I've heard some people call it Greensu, some people call it Gamesu, I don't know. And like Abaddon versus Abaddon, Abba, not sure. So Roshan gonna be the next target for Weaver and Shadow Fiend, looking to maybe, and Juggernaut Images is gonna come in and disrupt this small little party. The entire team, they're coming in. No, they're gonna go for the top. Tinker manages to blink away in the middle of the sandstorm. What the heck? That's just ridiculous. The heck? That's not fair. Aeon Disc is gonna be propped as well for 80 seconds, and Icy Pop is just going to miss, and Sand King is gonna be able to blink away, and Juggernaut just gonna send his images to just disrupt this Roshan slaying party. This is like playing Monster Hunter World. Only, the monsters come back all the way. It is exactly a Monster Hunter World, I guess. So I'm gonna be used up. Gonna give them a little bit of vision. They ping out, they know that they're all there. Jikiro, Icy Path gonna be dropped down along with Macropyre, but it's gonna be a bit too late. In fact, he's just gonna go down, and he does have buyback available, but the Juggernaut Omni Slash actually just finished off the Disruptor, and the Yule's gonna save the Shadow Fiend for now. Sand King gonna go in. Tinker actually goes down. The Agent of Immortal is still in there. No one picked it up. What the hell? And Weaver doesn't have. The Impale's gonna hit both of them. Juggernaut does not have anything much. Healing Wall doesn't have mana for anything. He's gonna go down. This is gonna be a dieback. Has no buyback for 120 seconds. That's right. And Jakiro still available. And Tinker's down for another 60 seconds. This may be the end of the line for but this entire time, Tiny manages to take down the bottom racks. Oh, what a player this is. this is not good for the Radiant team. If they do not get this push, do not get this tower, this will all be for naught. They really have to take this down, but now Jakiro and Lashrak and Tiny are available. They're defending. This is gonna be incredibly hard. And the Aegis is on Nyx. And the Nyx gonna jump straight in. It's like, yo, I have 2 lives, I don't give a damn. And they might be able to get the Jakiro. Jakiro's down for another 60 seconds. Tiny gets healed up, and the Sand King might be able to get another stun in. Maybe no dagger available. So the Weaver's gonna come straight in and finish off the Lashrak. Lashrak's down for another 60 seconds. Only Tiny is still available. He's gonna try to do as much damage as he can. There is no time that's available. Weaver might actually go down, just gets almost barely survives, and the Tiny is getting hit. He's getting rocked like a hurricane. The Yule's gonna be used up. Doesn't even need that Yule's. It's a team wipe. And the buyback is coming out. The Tiny is gonna come back and try to defend as much as he can. But the bugs, they're hitting the Raxers. They need someone. They need an exterminator. And here comes the exterminator. Tinker gonna come in, do as much damage as they can. The Blinks, they're coming in. But that Rax is gonna go down regardless of what they do. And so it's gonna be a roughly even trade. But so many buybacks used up on the Dire team. It is, yeah, it's no way in favor of the Dire. The Dire lost so much out of this. 22k, and they might be losing another one as well. That's gonna be used up. Tiny, the glimpse comes back. Static Storm's gonna be used up, but it's gonna crumble into the ground. 100 seconds down, no buyback. But the Radiant team, they back off, knowing that the rest of the team, minus Tiny, is gonna come back. Then they might want to, I might get another kill. Icy Bob gonna be dropped down, and it's just gonna straight TP the fuck out of here. And Weaver is just gonna BKB and run the heck out. But he still have his Aegis. He still has his Aegis, and is working towards that Ghost Scepter, so it's gonna be able to start nuking the heck out of his enemies. 1 Rax down, but so much buyback dedicated on the Dire side. It is a very clear loss on the Dire team. Look at that, 36 kills versus 23. 23k lead on the Radiant side. And Nyx has 2 lives. He's just YOLOing the heck in. He's got a dagger. Can he still use it? But Icy Pop is gonna be dropped down. He's gonna come back. You can't kill me. I'm a cockroach. I'm immortal. I'm gonna blink the heck out. Nobody can stop the cockroach. Next. They do see him though. And nothing much I can do about it. And I hear the requirement of soul. Is that gonna be enough? He's gonna try to TP out. No, Tinker is gonna go down for 80 seconds. There's gonna be maybe a push coming in. No pushes. No, Tinker's down for 80 seconds, guys. This would be a good time to push. You do not want to wait for Jakiro to come in for this. Okay, maybe they do. Oh, you can actually see relics. I did not realize that. That's kind of cool.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Has the Lincoln Sphere, a Heart, and a Mjolnir. Gonna go straight for that tower on top at half HP now. Then there's no Tinker available to actually help to defend this. Only Jakiro and Weaver. Those manages to time lapse away, but oh my goodness, Shadow Fiend, this guy's gonna have much heal out now, but the dagger is not available, and he's actually gonna go down. Oh no, that is not. No, oh, but he does buy back. He's gonna come in. They do want that tower desperately. I'm not sure if they actually needed to dedicate a buyback for that. Weaver slowly just gonna finish off that tower. Doesn't even give a damn. He's tanking the tower. He's got a heart. I don't give a shit. The bugs rule this earth. You are not welcome in my house, Jakiro. Get the fuck out of here. When Juggernaut just desperately trying to come in. He's trying to spin his way to victory. A young disc gonna be popped out, and is that technology is gonna be enough? He's just trying to do his best. Gonna TP back. Weaver coming back in, and oh, the stun is unfortunately going to miss, and this might be the end. Oh, the blink in, the stun's gonna come out. No BKB, the spin's gonna come out, but BKB is used up on the Shadow Fiend instead. Lashrak, oh no, Lashrak is gonna heal himself out, but he's just inevitable. He's gonna go straight down, and oh my god, Ethereal Blade gonna finish it off. Tiny, everything's missing the Tiny. They need something to actually stop it. The Avalanche gonna come in, gonna stop the Tiny. Dead is strike. Another use gonna be used up as well. Oh, the Nyx, where he might get squashed like a bug if he's not careful. This bug as well. And all these bugs, they're just going straight for Juggernaut. Juggernaut just running the heck away. No mana, still being bitten upon. He's gonna get, I don't know, rabies for that. Okay, you can't get rabies. But the Tinker, on the other hand, is going to go down. Just gonna get himself killed yet again. No buyback. 80 seconds down. This rack is going down thanks to the effort of the 3 bugs. And the Tiny gonna smack the bug down. The gem is gonna be picked up by the Juggernaut. And no, Tiny still might be able to go down to this. Icy Path gonna be used up. Weaver taking a lot of damage. Omni Slash is not going to be able to hit. It doesn't really do anything other than killing off the War Disruptor, but the damage is done, the Rex is down, and oh, Weaver is still alive, still trying to finish off the Jakiro. The jam is on the Juggernaut, but so what? There's nothing much they can do about it. They have no lockdown for this bug. This bug is so elusive. The break is gonna come down, toss, maybe they're able to finish him off that bash. It's a godlike streak going towards the Tiny. 1.7k gold. Holy jeez, that's 2.3k. Holy crap, that's a lot of money. Huh, but what's he gonna buy with this? Oh, a BKB. Well, I guess that makes sense. That's like a million stuns coming out from the other side. They're going for the push, but with 2 lanes down, they will have to be careful. The only thing that is in their favor right now is that the remaining Raxes are on the bottom lane, in which they've already pushed down. So they don't have to worry about the lanes potentially pushing into their side of the map, because their creeps are just so damn strong. And the Dire team desperately trying to push in. There are buybacks all available on the Weaver too. Sand King and Disruptor, they're coming back soon. So it's not gonna be easy. Trying to dodge there, but it's not able to, unfortunately. And he's completely out of mana. That Nyx might want to jump in, might be able to finish it off. The requirement so it's gonna be used up. Last Strike is gonna go down for 70 seconds with no buyback. Tinker is here as well. Look at the march of the machine. This like Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Not enough to take down the wave though. Still, the wave is gonna slowly push in, and their their throne is very vulnerable. This tower already down to like half HP, and the throne, the ancients, will not last very long if they're not careful about it. This is like their only thing that's working in their favor right now. The fact that the creeps are pushing against the wave that is slowly creeping in. At this point though, there is really nothing much the Dire can do. What can they do to actually come back from this? They literally need to kill off every single hero on the other side and make sure that they use up their buyback as well. Although there is no buyback available on... Oh my goodness. There is no buyback available except for the Sand King, which is very, very risky. Like seriously. Shadowfiend used up his buyback just now. Weaver needs 2k for his buyback, so although he's gonna be really hard to kill anyway, and they always need to defend. That is the problem. Juggernaut does have that Skadi and the Battle Fury, so he can tank and kill off the creep waves fast enough. You have Last Strike and Jakiro, so as long as 1 or 2 of those heroes are still alive, they're still gonna be okay. Smoke gonna be broken. Vendetta available. Gleam's gonna be used up. Oh, but the 4-staff does keep him safe for now. No Icy Path used up, so unfortunately that's gonna be a bit of a failed smoke gank. But oh, the TP coming in. Shadowfiend is gonna go back and try to defend that lane. Tiny probably has to try to do more pushes to try to split push and do what he did just now. That was a very successful one, but unfortunately it seems that they were unable to defend high ground properly. Tinker, lucky, does not get called out, but the Last Strike might be the next to get called out. The first is gonna be used up, but oh, it's just a perfect setup for Static Storm. Is that gonna be enough though? Oh, the sun's gonna come in. Last Strike is still gonna go down, but Weaver is just so tanky. Glim's gonna be used on the Juggernaut, gonna get sent back. Tiny, they'll have a war there. They do see the Weaver and Juggernaut gonna try to go in and finish off the poor Nyx, but he's gonna use Captain. He keeps falling for the same trap, and oh no, is that gonna be enough though? That Ethereal Blade keeping him alive. Oh, the sun's gonna come in. Weaver might be next to go down. He's taking a lot of damage, but Timeless gonna be used up. Requirement Soul gonna be used. Juggernaut, the stuns they're coming in, but he's running out of mana. He's slowly taking down the wave. No stuns available to actually stop everyone else from running away. He's just getting kited out, and the Juggernaut, but they do manage to kill off the Shadowfiend, and the Juggernaut just go down for that. Tiny goes down as well. The hero goes down. Everybody's dead. The buybacks are coming out. Tinker desperately Just gonna TP back to try to stop the push, but everyone on this side of the map is quite low on HP, and the Ephyon is now exposed. Epicenter gonna be used up, the spin is available, and they're gonna stun up the Sanking. Sanking is probably gonna go down. The Epicenter is not enough to kill off the Jakiro even, and the Sun coming in. Weaver just trying to get the heck out of here. No heck still available on the... Wait, he's not going for Hex anymore? Is he? He's going for Dagon? Oh, that... I feel that is a mistake. They really need lockdown for the Weaver. As it stands, they need like all the skills they have to actually take down the Weaver anyway. That is a mistake. More damage is not the problem, my dear boy. You need more lockdown.
A golden thread.
Oh hell, an Atos would have been better than that. But Lashrak, unfortunately, does not survive long enough to be able to do anything of that sort. So this is they still managed to defend the throne, although slowly but surely. This throne is just gonna get ticked away. At least got 8 HP regen per second, so they can't really like chip away at it so easily. They do have to like finish it in one shot, or they'll just slowly just recover its HP back. At this point, maybe they should just concentrate on taking down the racks on the bottom, and maybe have someone else do a split push. And look at the amount of sentry just being thrown around the base. This is like map hacking at this point. They have a gem too, which they recovered from the Radiant team, but not sure why they're not picking it up. And there is a cheese available at Roshan if they do want to finish it off, which will be a good idea. That cheese is going to help them so much. I didn't realize it doesn't have boots of travel. So who's gonna pick? Holy crap, this guy is fast. He's got 100 agility. Oh my god, how much damage is that? That's ridiculous. Alright, so Roshan is going to go down. How much armor does he have? Jeez! 36 freaking armor, holy crap. Look at that. It's like a bug on steroids. Nix. The Aegis can be picked up on the this time they remember to pick up the Aegis. So it's not the Aegis on the bug this time. The Tinker just gonna blink away. Look at all the desperate wards that they're putting around their entire base. Does anyone have a gem? Oh my goodness, a satanic. Yeah, that's gonna be really painful. So the ward's gonna be dropped down. It's slowly just dewarding everything. Not gonna see that ward over there, but that's fine, I guess. Weaver just gonna go straight in. It's like, look at that annoying bug. It's a freaking fast cockroach. And that tower is still barely touched actually. It really needs to just like finish it off. And then they can potentially go for a split push. Epicenter gonna be used up, but the A on this actually prevents all the damage coming out. That's a bit of a mistake. Oh, Static Song gonna be used up, but it's not gonna do much. BKB is already used up. The bug is gonna go down, tanking out for 100 seconds, and the Glimpse and Weaver is actually going to go down. The Aegis is gonna be popped. Weaver, but Jakiro and Tinker already dead. Don't buyback on both of them. Juggernaut still trying to do his best to try to finish off the Nyx at the very least, but Nyx still has his cheese. Oh, he doesn't have his cheese anymore actually. Purge gonna be used up. Stun comes out. They hit the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's completely out of mana. No, Weaver chasing him. The Purge gonna be used up, and oh no, the defuse, the literal blade is gonna finish on. No buyback available on the Juggernaut as well. Down for 120 seconds. Lashrak, tormented soul. He's gonna be tormented with death at this point. He's not gonna be able to run away. The stun, they come out. No buyback available. Tiny just like, gonna eat this tree. Goodbye, guys. And that's gonna be the end of the Dire team. Fortification gonna be used up for no damn reason, other than just to spite them. And the throne is going to go down. One last requirement souls, and this is gonna be Radiant Victory. The one last track stop. Oh my goodness. Well guys, if you enjoyed that cast as much as I did, if you enjoyed that game as much as I did casting it, just hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time for another edition of Ephyon Cast Random Dota 2 Pub Games.